crafters, it's Valentina with Cookies Paper Creations. Today I'm going to show you how to make these 3 really cute okay, so let's go ahead and get started with this one. What you're going to need is a piece of cherry cobbler paper cardstock, and this is cut at 2 inches by 4 inches. Okay, and then let me get my paper. What did I do with it? Okay, here we go. So this is 2 inches by 4 inches, and then you're going to need just a scrap piece of paper for your sentiment, and then a scrap piece of Under the Tree Specialty Designer Series paper. Okay, so I'm also going to be using the Scallop Tag Copper Punch. So go ahead and punch your tag, and we will stamp our sentiment also. I'm using the Good Greeting stamp set, and we're going to be using them. Okay, so let me get a piece of scratch paper. And we're going to stamp our sentiment using soft suede. Let me make sure I have this right. Okay. So just go ahead and stamp that. And then we're also going to be stamping our snowflakes with soft suede. Okay, so you just want to randomly stamp your cardstock. Okay, I'm done with that one. And then I have the other 2 on this side. Okay. And then I'll stamp that right there. And off like that. Okay, and there you have that. And I'm going to take my envelope punch board, and I'm going to round these edges a little bit. Let me cut some off though. So I'm going to go ahead and round these edges with my envelope punch board. Okay, just like that. And I'm going to cut a little bit of this off, and I'm going to just cut straight down the middle and up to the line to make my point. Just like that. Okay? And I'm also going to sponge this too with the soft suede ink. Like that. I'm going to sponge my tag. And then you're going to need a piece of cherry cobbler chevron ribbon. So that's cherry cobbler, and then also a piece of Hello Honey satin stitch ribbon. Okay, and then just go ahead and make a bow. You're gonna have to mess with it a little bit to get it perfect. And then bring it over. It is so freezing. I'm in my garage. My fingers are almost numb. But I wanted to get this video out to you guys. It's super cold. Okay. There you go. And then let's just go ahead and trim a little bit of that off. Pretty up our edges. Okay, just like that. And now we can punch our Christmas tree. I have a mess, I know. Okay, we're gonna pop this Christmas tree up on a dimensional, if I can find them. There we go. Just like that. And I'm going to use a glue dot to put this one on my Christmas tree. just like that. And then I have to find my, I thought I had them, my rhinestones. Just give me 1 second. Okay. There you go. And there's our first tag. Okay, they're super easy to make. Here's the other one that I made. I love them. I love the red and the brown. Okay, so that's that one. Now let's go ahead and make our second one. And with this one, we're using the All Is Calm Designer Series paper and some cherry cobbler and some whisper white. Okay, so same thing. We're gonna go ahead and use our scallop tag topper punch. Punch that out. And with this one, this stamp set I'm going to use is the Merry Everything, and we're going to be using this stamp. Okay, so we're going to stamp this in some cherry cobbler ink. Stamp it up real good, ink it up real good, and just stamp it. Gorgeous. And I'm going to use the tag punch. Just punch that out. It is so awesome to have punches. It just makes crafting a lot easier. I love it. So how I got these edges is I cut out a piece of, I don't know if, I think this is 2x3 inch piece of cherry cobbler cardstock. And I'm just going to punch it with my scallop tag topper punch on both sides. And it may be too big. Yes, it is too big. So I'm going to just cut those off, okay? Just like that. And then you're also going to need to cut this first scallop off on both sides. Okay, and then I'm going to use my two-way glue pen, and I'm just going to put some glue here on these edges, and I'm just going to put it like that. And that's how I got that little scallop design. Super cute. Okay, let's do the other side. And then we're going to put some rhinestones. Okay, I don't even know where my rhinestones at. I'm taking these off of another project, so I have no idea what I did with them. If you could see my desk, you'd understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so that works. And then we're just going to pop it up on there with some more dimensionals. Just like that, super cute. Again, we're going to use cherry cobbler ribbon, and this time we're going to use twine to close that up. Okay, here's my twine. We're going to make a knot, a bow. And we are done with this tag. So these take no time at all, especially for those last minute gifts that you have to get together. And then let's, here's my other scissors. These are better. Make our edges pretty. that on. And here's our second tag. Super cute. Now for our third tag, we are going to be using just 2 pieces of Whisper White and the Hello Honey satin stitch ribbon. So here's my Whisper White, and here is my ribbon. Okay, you don't need a lot of material to make any of these tags. Let's go ahead and punch our tag. Again, with this one, we're going to be using our Endless Wishes stamp set with all three snowflakes. And I'm also going to be using the Gorgeous Grunge stamp set. We're going to be using this stamp and the Bright and Beautiful stamp set with this sentiment. Okay, so let's go ahead and start stamping. First, I'm going to use crumb cake to make my kind of like a wood design on here, just like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to kind of make it look rustic. Just like that. Okay, so we're done with that one. Now we could use soft suede to do our snowflakes. You see how it's just a little darker than the crumb cake. Here's our big snowflake. Okay, now we could do our small snowflake. Just like that. Okay, my hands are a mess. Now we're going to do some sponging with this one. I'm going to use soft suede to soften up our edges. Who would have thought you could use brown for a Christmas gift, but it works, especially when you put it up against red cardstock or the cherry cobbler. Look how nice that looks. Super cool. Okay, so here is our ribbon, and then we have some more to make our bow. Let me start it off first. Don't forget, if you leave a comment on my blog, you'll be entered into a drawing and you could win these 3 tags. Okay, so the actual tags that I'm making right now, I'm going to send them to you if you're picked from the drawing. Okay, let's go ahead and pretty up our edges. This is so cute. And last, we are going to stamp our sentiment. Okay? Let me just try to get this in the middle. Yeah, well, that's not very straight, but it's going to have to work for right now. I'm going to get my envelope punch board and punch my edges, my corners. And I'm also going to stamp this with the soft suede. Not stamp it, I'm going to sponge it with soft suede. Super cute. Let me get some dimensionals. Actually, I'll just use this piece. It's one of the corners of my pack. See how I just use everything? Okay, there's all three. Just put this on a jar. This jar